We're back,
I'm Karen Wade,
and I'm Paul Wade.
and we are the set and stage designers for our Alabama Baptist State Vacation Bible School team. And we want to show you some tips and tricks to make your worship rally fun and exciting. Hey Paul, I'm getting a little wet back here.
It's a little cold in here. Let's swim out of here. These Oregon beaches are really, really cold.
Yeah.
Unlike our Florida beaches.
Yeah, we're so used to the palm trees and the white sand, but this takes place in the Pacific Northwest where there's these rocks that just tower up out of the water and the trees just come right up to the shoreline. Such a fun thing this year. So let us get started on showing you how we made Breaker Rock Beach. One of the first things that we did, we went and found something that we already had. And it was this rock. Hey Paul, I bet you can't guess where this come from.
I bet it was in the wild.
In the wild, that is right. When I seen that, I thought, wow, this is gonna be perfect for Breaker Rock Beach. So how we made this is we used the 1-inch foam board that you can get at any home improvement store. Have you got a piece over there, Paul, to show them?
I think I do.
Yeah. And tell them a little bit about it.
This is the 1-inch foam board. It actually is more durable and can withstand more stuff and is a little more rigid than like the 1/2 inch and the 3/4. The 1/2 inch and 3/4 actually want to lean on you a little bit.
Yeah, they
That's
kind
right.
of got that little tilt over.
This right here will continually stand up straight for you.
And that's why we like to use the 1-inch. Maybe your budget doesn't allow for foam board, but another thing that you can do is you can take a sheet and put it over it. Maybe you can take brown paper, crumble it up, stack a few boxes at different heights, tape it to it, maybe a little spray paint, go in there to give you a little dimension into it, and you've got a rock cliff. It was that easy. Another thing that we already had were these trees. These are just your simple pine trees. Remember the kind that we just made when we were kids that we just did like this? That's all they are. We just painted them in different colors. The little skinny trees that you see, I think, behind Paul over here, that came out of the Decorating Made Easy book. There was just one little tree that I just loved. I projected it up there, drew it off and cut it out, painted it, and these are fun little skinny trees. Add some artificial Christmas trees. Just fill it in. And when you've got that dimension, it's gonna look like you are just surrounded with trees. Now let's go back to the backdrop. This is your water and your sky. Hey Paul, do you want to tell them about the foam board a little bit?
Okay, the foam board we started with was a 4x8 by 1-inch piece of foam board. And we have 4 pieces.
And painting it was so easy. Now you can just take some blue tape, line it off. You can paint it with a roller, you can paint it with a paintbrush, but hey Paul, do you want to give them the trick that we did, the little secret?
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah, we used a Wagner sprayer. We had picked up a Wagner sprayer at a yard sale, took and taped off the foam board with some blue tape, took the Wagner sprayer, went side to side, very easy, put it on your light mist. It took minutes instead of hours, and I loved that. I bet you would too. So probably somebody in your church has a Wagner sprayer. The lighthouse back here, we just put just a little special touch to it. Took a pencil, poked a hole through it, took a strand of LED Christmas lights, so make sure you use LED and not the old-fashioned Christmas lights that we used to do, because it will melt the foam and your hole will be about this big around. And they can see, the kids can see the little light that's in the lighthouse, and that was just so much fun too. So next, let's start with the whale. It is so fun.
Have a whale at a time.
That's so fun. We'll give that one to you, right? And you can project this out of your Decorating Made Easy book also. Just draw it off, paint it, 2 colors, very easy. The next was the wave. Okay. We just randomly went around and did some fun shapes around it, cut it out, and just painted it with a few little blue pieces through there. And this gave it a big splash right behind the whale. So Paul, you want to tell them what you used and how you put it together?
Okay, we used a rotating Christmas tree stand on a 2x4 and a metal Christmas tree stand that holds it up. And all you take is a 2x2, sand the ends down to fit into the Christmas tree stand, and then you cut your holes in these pieces, and that's what turns the whale and the wave.
Here, you put the,
It's really simple.
wave back on there to show them the square there. Or you can do a circle, but a square helps hold. And then the whale back on it.
It's really simple to build. It gives movement to your decorations, and it actually helps your scene.
That's right. So the kids will love the rotating wheel. The next we have are the sea lines that you could just, project again out of your Decorating Made Easy book was easy. And I'm just gonna show you
Well,
this.
here, you can seal the deal.
Aren't you just funny? Aren't you just funny? So what we did here, all those extra scrap pieces of foam board that keep piling up, we made a rock. So Paul, you wanna show them, I'm gonna grab this one, right here, turn it around. We just took all of the pieces, stacked them together, and we wanted you to see the back side. Just glued them with like an all-purpose glue, like liquid nails, some kind of, they make foam board glue, and just stacked them together, kind of in a semicircle. Then we took the hot knife and kind of touched a few of the pieces. Now, usually, when you use spray paint, it melts foam board, but in this case, we wanted it to melt the foam board just a little bit. So I actually used spray paint to spray this, and it made it so much easier by doing it that way. I'm just gonna lay these
Okay.
The front here is pilings, and these are nothing but carpet cubes, just cut in 3 different lengths. We took a circle, cut it out of foam board, put it right in the top, glued it in, and added a net. The little seagulls, there's one right back here on the back, come directly out of the Decorating Made Easy book. Very easy, project it, draw it off, and paint them. Very easy. The Breaker Rock kite, that's one of my favorites. But I just took and used some acrylic paint, painted it with a couple of different colors to match the scene that I was using. It was that easy. Plus it's the logo right up on it. Hey Paul, you wanna lift up the sandcastle here? Guys, this is nothing but sand pails from the Dollar Tree. We just took the straps off, glued them, there's 5 of them, glued them down on this foam board. You want to tell them what this is from?
This foam board was actually out of a freezer we bought, and it comes from the top that it prevents your freezer from being damaged. If you go to any home improvement store, they'll probably give you this.
Yeah, this, and then, guess what we used to paint it with?
The old Wagner.
The Wagner. It was so easy, because when we got up into the crevices here, it was much easier than a paintbrush. Which, of course, you can use a paintbrush to paint it, but it was just so much easier with that Wagner spray. So now let's go all the way to the top back here, to the airplane. Oh yeah, that is nothing more than a Dollar Tree foam airplane. See, we took wood dowels, cut them as the legs of the plane, foam board, cut a couple of little floats, glued them up onto there, and we had a propeller that's on the front. And Paul, can you tell them how we got that propeller?
I crashed a model airplane, so at least we got some use out of it.
That's right, so we got to use the propeller, but you can just cut it out of anything, even a piece of felt, and just stick it right up on there. So the plane is just another fun for the kids to see. So now let's go to Breaker Rock. This looks a little complicated, but it really wasn't. We took the 1-inch foam board, I projected it, Breaker Rock upon it, from the Decorating Made Easy book, traced it, and it's almost like a paint by number. In between the lines, just painted. That's how simple this was. Put a little green moss up on the top, and we have Breaker Rock. Right behind it, we use a couple scrap pieces. I'm gonna come to this side so you can see. This is the wave. I'm gonna turn it right back around here first. And since we had it right behind it, we didn't have to do the whole thing. We just kind of did a half and just randomly went in there. You can use your your Decorating Made Easy book and just project it off and do it. These holes right here, was so easy to make. We just used the hot knife, just stuck it there, and it just done the rest. It just melted up the little hole. So Paul, you wanna tell them how it's sanded?
Okay, usually all we take is a scrap piece of kind of like a triangle, cut us a little angle on the bottom to make it lean back a little bit, and then duct tape it to it. And so the leg will move out of the way when you're transporting it, and then you can flip it back, and she'll stand up by herself.
Awesome. Yeah. So easy to do. Adds so much to your breaker rock with the waves. So we hope that these tips and tricks will help you to have an amazing vacation Bible school.
We have a ball.